This
this should be
conference will now be recorded.
based on that how zeta value is, right? So in last class we derived two responses. One is undamped and underdamped. In today class we are going to be discuss about that is critically damped. So in this critically damped system, the value of zeta is equals to 1. So let me see that what will happen when zeta is equals to 1 and how we can find that partial fraction expansion. Okay, now? So the standard form of second order transfer function is omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. So sorry, here numerator will get only omega. Now if you substitute zeta is equals to 1, you will get omega n square divided by s square plus 2 omega ns plus omega n square. Now this is the transfer function when we substitute zeta is equals to 1. Here this is the transfer function we can represent C of s divided by R of s. Now let me see the denominator, how it is look like. So if you see the denominator, it should be look like a plus b whole square, right? So here a is s and b is omega. So based on that, a square plus b square plus 2ab. So similarly, we will reduce this equation by representing in terms of a plus b whole square. So s plus omega n whole square. Now this is the transfer function when it is performed by the critically damped system. Now here we are giving that unit step input. So if you apply the unit step input, the response C of s, we can write C of s is equals to transfer function into input. So omega n square divided by s plus omega n whole square. Into R of s. Already guys know that if you are applying the input step, unit step input, then R of s becomes 1 by s. So finally we'll get omega n square divided by s into s plus omega n whole square. Now tell me that what is the type and order of this system? What is the type of this system? E equation came A type. So order is 3. And what about type 1? Okay. So based on that, s is equals to 0 you'll get, and if you expand this, you will get s cubic term. So this is the step 1. So in step 1, what we are going to do means we have to be substitute zeta value and we have to be find the response. Okay. So until now step 1 is over. Next step 2, we have to be expand this in terms of partial fraction. Okay. So I'm going to be expand this equation by using in terms of partial fraction. Let me see this. Now how many terms you will get here? So partial fraction expansion slope in the terms of say 2 or 3 now. omega n square divided by s into s plus omega n whole square. Now, how many factors will get here? 2 or 3? Right, 3, because it is a second type of partial fraction expansion. So, మనం type చూస్తున్నాం కదా, type 1, type 2, type 3 అని. సో అలాగే ఇది సెకండ్ కేటగిరీ, అంటే రిపీటెడ్ రూట్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఓకేనా? సో ఇఫ్ యూ ఎక్స్పాండ్ దిస్ ఇన్ ద యూ హ్యావ్ ద a by s plus b by s plus omega n plus c by s plus omega n whole square. Now we are going to be find that value of a, b and c. So just let me find out the 3 values. First of all, we have to be eliminate the denominator by taking that common term and cross multiplication. Finally, we get omega n square equals to a into s plus omega n whole square plus b into s into s plus omega n plus cs. Okay, so here the denominator is s into s plus omega n whole square whole divided by s into s plus omega n whole square. See, are you understand how the numerator will come? Numerator వచ్చే ఐడియా ఉంది మీకు. Suppose if a into s plus omega n square divided by ఇది చేస్తే మనకేమొస్తుంది a by s వస్తుంది. నెక్స్ట్ bs s plus omega n by చేస్తే ss cancel అవుతుంది and one term get cancel, then b by s plus omega. ఓకేనా? Similarly c, so cs divided by sn, ss cancel అవుతుంది, c by s plus omega n whole square. So this is the way of cross multiplication. Now both sides denominator will get cancelled. Now we'll get only this term. So I'm going to be erase this. So all of you make the notes. So then only you can understand it. Now, if I want to get a value, so what I have to do? So I need a value. What I have to do? So s equals to 0. If you substitute s is equals to 0, then b term, c term will get cancelled because it is directly multiplied with s. Okay. Next, here if you substitute 0, a into omega n square and omega n square. So omega n square equals to a into omega n square. So both will get cancelled and a equals to 1. So I'm going to substitute a by 1 here. Next, if suppose I want to get the value of b, how we can get? Right, equating s square terms. So we have that 2 s square terms on right hand side, 1 s square term on so there is no s square term on left hand side. Okay now, so a plus b is equals to 0. So this is the term we can obtain by equating s square terms. So here if we expand this, you will get a s square, here you will get b s square. So a plus b, and here there is no s square, right? Just I am putting the equals to 0. Now already we got the value of a is equals to 1, then b get -1, b is equals to -1. Just I'm going to substitute in this equation. So B is equals to minus 1. So just erase this. Now, how we can get C value? Right. If you substitute S is equals to minus omega n, then what you'll get? Here it should be 0, and so if you S is equals to omega n square equals to right, C is equals to minus omega n. Minus omega n. So C is equals to omega n square minus omega n. So here 1 get cancelled and we'll get finally C equals to minus omega n. Just substitute here. Now, so this is the after finding that partial fractions, we'll get. So now step 2 is over. Now we need to find that response by applying the inverse Laplace transform. So C of S equals to 1 by S minus 1 divided by S plus omega n minus omega n divided by S plus omega n whole square. So this is the equation we got that after applying the Laplace transform. Sorry, partial fractions. Now, if you want to find the response in time domain, we have to apply that inverse Laplace transform. Now I am going to apply the inverse Laplace transform here. You will get C of t equals to 1 minus e power minus omega n t minus t into e power minus omega n t into omega n. సో ఎలా వచ్చిందంటే ఇక్కడ స్క్వేర్ ఉంది కాబట్టి టీ వచ్చింది, ఓకేనా. మామూలుగా సో 2 టైమ్స్ లాప్లాస్ ఇన్వర్స్ చేస్తే ఫర్ 1 టైం అంటే 1 వస్తుంది, 2 టైమ్స్ కాబట్టి ఇంటూ టీ వస్తుంది, ఓకేనా. సో న్యూమరేటర్ లాగా ఉంటుంది ఒమేగా n అండ్ e పవర్ మైనస్ ఒమేగా n. సో దిస్ ఫ్రమ్ దిస్ c of t equals to 1 minus, if you take that e power minus omega n t is common, 1 minus, so 1 plus omega n t. So this is the response of critically damped system with respect to unit step input. Let me check whether this answer is correct or not. Okay. So are you understand, parents, how to do this? Arthaminda or clear about this? Right. So let me check whether this answer is correct or not. See here, this is the first step. In first step, we have to be respond like this. So wait, it is operating. So this is the value of a equals to 1. So ఇక్కడ ఏం చేసి అంటే రివర్స్ తీసుకున్నా అంటే సో యూ కెన్ డూ ఎనీథింగ్ అంటే a by s plus b by s plus omega n plus c. సో ఫైనల్ గా మనకు వచ్చే ఆన్సర్ ఒకటే, బట్ మీరు ఈ విధంగా చేయండి. So what I did in this, so you can see. So this is the answer for this. E power 1 minus e power omega n t minus omega n t into 1 plus omega n t. And now this is the waveform when we are applying the input is unit step input and getting the response like this. Okay, so ఈ విధంగా వస్తుంది మనకు రెస్పాన్స్. Why? Because this is the graph is because of a exponential form. Okay, so exponential form ఉంది కాబట్టి ఈ విధంగా తీసుకుంటాం. So and just note this three formulas. So this is the response of critically damped second order system for unit step input. Next you will see that response of over damped second order system for unit step input. And what is the value of zeta for over damped system? Right, so it is greater than 1. Now we are going to keep the heading response of over damped system for unit step input. Okay, note this one, response of over damped second order system for unit step input. So we are going to be derived that fourth derivation, and also second derivation tarvata important derivation vachesi fourth one. Okay na, so meeku exam అడిగేదానికి ఫస్ట్ ఎక్కువ ఛాన్సెస్ ఉండేది సెకండ్ డెరివేషన్ అంటే అండర్ డాంప్డ్ సిస్టమ్ అనుకున్నాం కదా, అది దాని తర్వాత మాక్సిమం అడిగేదానికి ఛాన్స్ ఉండేది ఫోర్త్ వన్. ఓకేనా, సో లెట్ మీ do this. First of all, I am going to draw note on that first step. So first step we have to find the response in terms of multiplication of transfer function into input. Okay na, so the standard form of second order transfer function is C of s divided by R of s equals to omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. So this is the standard second order transfer function. Now in this over damped system, the zeta value is greater than 1. So in this situation we can't able to find that what is the exact value of zeta. Okay na, so manaku first case lo third case lo easy ga zeta value ni identify cheyochu, because in first case zeta is equal to 0, in third case zeta is equal to 1, but in second case fourth case we can't able to find the zeta value. Now first of all we need to find the roots of this characteristic equation. So దీనికి roots కనుక్కోవాలి denominator. Now already you guys know that the roots of this equation is s1 like sa and sb is equals to minus zeta omega n plus or minus omega n square root of zeta square minus 1. సో ఈ ఈక్వేషన్ కి మీరు రూట్స్ కనుక్కుంటే మనకి ఈ విధంగా వస్తుంది. ఓకేనా, జస్ట్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ఎక్స్పాండ్ దిస్ వాల్యూ. సో దీన్ని ఎక్స్పాండ్ చేస్తాను అంటే సపరేట్ ఎస్ఏ రాస్తే ఎస్ఏ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు బి రైట్ ఎస్ఏ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు మైనస్ జీటా ఒమేగా ఎన్ ప్లస్ ఒమేగా ఎన్ స్క్వేర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ జీటా స్క్వేర్ మైనస్ 1. ఓకేనా, సో డోంట్ ఫర్గెట్ ఈ రూల్స్ మీరు మర్చిపోవద్దండి. ఓకేనా, minus zeta omega n plus or minus omega n square root of zeta square minus 1. ఓకేనా? సో ఇప్పుడు ఎస్ఏ ఇది, ఎస్బి వచ్చేసి మైనస్ జీటా ఒమేగా ఎన్ మైనస్ ఒమేగా ఎన్ స్క్వేర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ జీటా స్క్వేర్ minus 1. Yeah. So now I am going to be assume that S1 is equals to minus SA, S2 equals to minus SB. So if you substitute like this, okay. So if just allows the SA on the day, SA is equals to, sorry, S1 equals to, so minus SA means zeta omega n minus omega n square root of zeta square minus 1, and S2 equals to zeta omega n plus omega n square root of zeta square minus 1. Okay, so this is the S1 S2, and I am going to be represent this transfer function in the form of partial fractions, that is omega n square divided by s plus s1 s plus s2. సో ఈ విధంగా రాసుకోవచ్చు అన్నమాట. సో ఇప్పుడు s is equals to minus s1 అవుతుంది, s equals to minus s2 అవుతుంది. So you will get the same roots. Okay, so I am going to be represent this all terms in terms of this one. Okay, so note చేసుకోండి, ఫస్ట్ SB కనుక్కోవాలి, దానికి s1 s2 అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. ఓకేనా? సో ఇది కొంచెం కాంప్లికేటెడ్, బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఈజీ, నో డౌట్. సో హ్యావ్ యూ నోట్ ఆన్ దిస్? నోట్ చేసుకున్నారా? Right. So now I am going to be find the response of this equation. So C of S equals to R of S into omega n square divided by S plus S1 and S plus S2. So this is the response. So instead of R of S, I can substitute 1 by S, because we are applying the unit step input, right? 1 by S. Yeah. So this is the response of the system. Now I am going to be so up to this it is case 1. So at step 1 anamata. Next step 2. Step 2 is we have to find the partial fractions. Okay, now just I'm going to write in here omega n square divided by s into s plus omega n, sorry, s plus s1 s plus s2 equals to a by s plus b by s plus s1 plus c divided by s plus s2. Now we are going to be find out value of a, b, c. So I'm going to be cancelizing the denominator terms on both the left hand side and right hand side. Then you will get omega n square equals to a into s plus 1 s plus s1 and s plus s2. Next b into s into s plus s2 plus c into s plus s1. So now find the value of a, b, c. So tell me that what is the value of a and b and c. Suppose first thing is, if you substitute s is equals to 0, you will get a equals to omega n square divided by s1 s2. Is it correct? A equals to omega n square divided by s1 s2. Is correct or kada? Right. Now what I am going to do means, I am going to be substitute s1 s2 here. So ఇక్కడ s1 s2 ని కనుక్కుంటా. Substitute say omega n square divided by, so here the value of s1 is zeta omega n minus omega n square root of zeta square minus 1. So this is the s1 term into next s2 zeta omega n plus omega n square root of zeta square minus 1. Now if you see the denominator, it will look like a plus b into a minus b. Okay now? So what is the formula here? A plus b into a minus b, then you will get a square minus b square. Okay now? Just I am going to be represent in terms of this term. Omega n square divided by, here a square is zeta square omega n square minus a square minus b. So b square is this one, right? Omega n square. So ఇక్కడ root cancel అవుతుంది, zeta square minus 1. ఇప్పుడు ఆన్సర్ ఏమొస్తుంది చెప్పండి? What is the value of a? Simplify this term and find the value of a. What is the value of a you will get here? A value ఏమొస్తుందమ్మా? +1 -1 జాగ్రత్త చూసుకోండి. See here, omega n square divided by zeta square omega n square minus of omega n square zeta square minus into minus plus omega n square. So these two will get cancelled. You will get omega n square divided by omega n square. So its answer is 1. Are clear? So a value is 1 vastundi +1. Okay na? Right. Now I'm going to be substitute a by 1 here. Next, find the b value. If we want to get b value, what we have to substitute? S1 equals to 0. B value రావాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? So we have to be eliminate the C value. So C value eప్పుడు 0 అవుతుంది? When we substitute S is equals to minus S1. Are you clear? Right. Now just substitute here omega n square equals to, so ఇక్కడ a మొత్తం 0 అయిపోతుంది because ఇప్పుడు S equals to minus అంటే 0 అయిపోతుంది, cancel అయిపోతుంది. Cancel అంటే 0 అయిపోతుంది. Then the entire term becomes 0. Then you will get only b. So b minus s1 into minus s1 plus s2. So what we'll get here? B is equals to omega n square minus s1 into s2 minus s1. Now just I'm going to be simplify this equation by substituting the all values. Okay na? So ఇప్పుడు ఎలా వస్తుందో చూద్దాం. సో దీన్ని నేను ఇలా రాసుకుంటాను. P is equals to, సో ఇక్కడ మైనస్ ని న్యూమరేటర్ పంపిస్తాను. Then you will get minus omega n square divided by s1 into s2 minus s1. సో ఇందులో జస్ట్ ఈ టర్మ్ లో మాత్రమే నేను s1 s2 సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తాను. ఓకేనా? మనకి s1 అవసరం లేదు. ఓకేనా? సో జస్ట్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు బి సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ s1 టర్మ్ s2 టర్మ్ ఇన్ దిస్ ఫార్మాట్ రిజిస్టర్. ఓకేనా? మైనస్ ఒమేగా n స్క్వేర్ divided by s1 into, so here s2 value is zeta omega n plus omega n square root of zeta square minus 1. So this is the s2 value minus of, so s1 value ఏమొస్తుందంటే zeta omega n. సో ఆల్రెడీ ఇక్కడ మైనస్ ఉంది, మైనస్ మైనస్ ప్లస్ అవుతుంది, ప్లస్ ఒమేగా n జీటా స్క్వేర్ minus 1. So this is the s2 and the minus s1. So these two will get cancelled. Then you will get only omega n square root of zeta square minus 1. Okay na? So దీన్ని ఏం రాసుకోవచ్చు అంటే, so I'm going to go right here. Minus omega n square divided by S1 into 2 omega n square root of zeta square minus 1. సో ఇది ఎందుకంటే ఇది ప్లస్ ఇది చేస్తే 2 ఒమేగా n వస్తుంది. ఓకేనా, 2 ఒమేగా n ఇక్కడ రాసాం. నెక్స్ట్ సో దీన్ని ఇంకా సింప్లిఫై చేస్తే so if you simplify again it should be cancellation of omega n and omega n. Okay, finally you will get minus omega n divided by square root of 2 into square root of zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s1. Is it correct or not? Check sorry whether it is correct or wrong. Right, now I am going, so this is the value of b. I am going to be substitute this value here. Okay, minus so ఎందుకంటే మైనస్ ఉంది కాబట్టి omega n divided by 2 zeta square minus 1 ఇక into s1 వస్తుంది divided by s. Okay, so this is the value of b. Next we need to find that value of c. So if we want to find the value of c, what we have to do? You have to substitute s is equals to minus s2. So we will for c also we will get the same value, but sign will be changed. Okay, so ఇక్కడ same ఇదే ఫ్యాక్టర్ వస్తుంది, ఇక్కడ sign ఒక ప్లస్ వస్తుంది. So okay, no problem, we will check that. We have to substitute s is equals to minus s2. So we will get omega n square equals to c into minus s2 s1 minus s2. Okay, now c can be written as c equals to minus omega n square divided by s2 into s1 minus s2. If you simplify this all terms, you will get c is equals to minus omega n divided by plus omega n divided by 2 into square root of zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s2. So this is the value of c. So simplify cheyandi. No. So if you substitute c here, then finally you will get a term like this. So I'm going to write the final term. C of s equals to 1 by s minus omega n divided by 2 square root of zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s1 into 1 divided by s plus s1 plus omega n divided by 2 into square root of zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s2 into 1 divided by s plus s2. So this is the final response when we find that partial fraction expansion. Okay. Now we need to find that response in time domain, t domain. Okay. So we have to apply the Laplace inverse Laplace transform. So then you will get c of t is equals to, here 1 for 1 by s you will get 1 minus, see take this all term as constant. So దీని మొత్తాన్ని నేను కాన్స్టెంట్ అనుకుంటాను. So omega n divided by 2 zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s1, and if you apply the inverse Laplace transform, you will get e power minus s1 of t plus omega n divided by 2 zeta square minus 1 into omega s2, 1 by s2. So for this you will get e power minus s2t. Now here take this term as common. Ante omega is in common cheyandi, then I will get some writing here. Take e omega n divided by the term is common. So c of t equals to 1 minus omega n divided by 2 square root of zeta square minus 1. If you take the common this term, then you will get e power minus s1 of t divided by s1 minus e power s2 of t divided by s2. So this is the final equation of the response. Okay, right. Now if you so let us check whether this answer is correct or not. So we'll see, and then I will end the class. So ikkada meeru just ikkada mere after this final equation just write here s1 is equal to so and so, s2 equal to so and so and so I'm going to be check whether the answer is correct or not. స్టూడెంట్స్ మీకు సెకండ్ డేట్ లో ఈ 4 డెరివేషన్ లో ఒక క్వశ్చన్ మాత్రం కన్ఫర్మ్ గా వస్తుంది. ఓకేనా? సో మీరు కళ్ళు మూసుకొని 4 డెరివేషన్ నేర్చుకోవచ్చు. సో ఈ 4 డెరివేషన్స్ లో ఏ క్వశ్చన్ రాందే ఆ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ లేదు. సో కంపల్సరీగా ఒక క్వశ్చన్ అనేది వస్తుంది. అది కూడా ఎక్కువగా వచ్చే క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే సెకండ్ డెరివేషన్. ఓకేనా? సో ఈ 4 డెరివేషన్స్ బాగా నేర్చుకోండి. సో ఈ 4 డెరివేషన్ నేర్చుకుంటే మీకు సెకండ్ డేట్ కళ్ళు మూసుకొని రాసేయచ్చు. Right. So this is the equation. C of t equals to 1 minus omega n this one. So here s1 is equal to so and so, s2 equals to so. So it is submission. Now let me see that What is the graphical representation? So this is the graphical representation. Here this is the unit step input and getting that this is the response. Okay, here for based on the zeta value you will get different graphs. Okay na? So దీన్ని బట్టి మీకు అర్థమవుతుంది based on the zeta value your response will be changed. అందుకని మన zeta value ని అంత ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇస్తాం. ఓకేనా? సో this is the over damped response. సో అది మనకు 4 derivations అయిపోయినాయి. So this is the first question from the second unit. అంటే ఈ 4 derivation లో ఒక క్వశ్చన్ అనేది కంపల్సరీ వస్తుంది. So in next class we will discuss that. Next topic is time domain specification. So we will discuss in tomorrow class. Okay students, just practice these 4 derivations and I'm going to end this class now. Thank you.